This is Law for Community Workers Spotlight On, the Shortcut Series podcast for community and health workers produced by Legal Aid New South Wales. My name is Pauline and I'm from the Community Legal Education branch here in Legal Aid, and we would like to acknowledge that our podcast is recorded on Aboriginal land and pay our respects to elders past and present. Always was, always will be. Today our guest is Josh, and we're shining the spotlight on the Immigration Advice and Rights Centre. Welcome, Josh.
Thanks, Pauline, and hi everyone out there listening to the podcast. As Pauline mentioned, my name is Josh, and I'm the Principal Solicitor and Centre Director of the Immigration Advice and Rights Centre, or more commonly referred to as IARC. I've been at IARC for almost 4 years now, and every day I'm always amazed by the strength and resilience of our clients that we see, and also extremely amazed by the work of the incredible team that we have here.
So what service exactly does IARC provide, and what would be a typical case or matter for your office?
In terms of the advice that we provide, we advise on all immigration and citizenship matters, but we have a focus within that. So the focus that we have is in 3 or 4 different ways. So the first one of the primary focuses we have is through looking at the intersect between immigration and domestic and family violence. So people who come here generally on temporary visas and then experience DFV. That's a core focus of our work and assisting people with immigration issues in relation to that. We also have a practice that looks at migrant worker exploitation, and that's through our Visa Assist practice, which we run in partnership with the Unions New South Wales. We also have a practice we refer to as our Visas and Citizenship practice, and that really looks at family reunion, so people who want to bring family here or stay with family here in Australia. And also we look at the intersect between health and migration. So people applying for certain visas might need a health waiver or because of particular criteria that might apply to their visa, or people might want to bring over a family member as a carer to Australia as well. We can assist with those applications. Probably the core focus of our work, or certainly the clients that we see the most, are those experiencing domestic and family violence in Australia on temporary visas. Really, that work focuses on us informing them about their rights while holding a temporary visa and empowering them really to make informed decisions about what they want to do next. So that's probably the core focus, and unfortunately a lot of the work that we do are people escaping DFV situations.
So who else would be your target client group, and would there be any other eligibilities to access your service?
Our target clients probably fall within those categories I mentioned just before, but in essence, we focus on people who are experiencing vulnerability in New South Wales. So that can be vulnerability because people are financially disadvantaged, i.e., they don't have enough money to afford private lawyers. Or it could also mean that people are facing other vulnerability indicators. For example, if they've experienced domestic and family violence, we probably wouldn't ask much more about their income. We would just book them in for an appointment to speak to us. We do have income tests that are really just dependent on a person's situation and are prompted through our online forms. And we also have other sort of vulnerability indicators that we do on intake around sort of homelessness and things like that, so that we know that people are eligible for our service.
So what would be the best way for a community worker to get a referral to you?
The best way for people to refer matters to us is through our website, which we've recently updated, and hopefully it's more accessible now and easier to use. That was the idea. But generally, we accept referrals from caseworkers, social workers, other CLC workers, and there's a button on the top band of our website that says referrals, and they can click on that button, and then the form will prompt them to fill in certain information. If someone's after assistance themselves, then we have a get help button which they can click, and we have a chat bot at the moment which will prompt them to answer certain questions so that we can collect as much information as possible before booking an appointment, so we know what the issue is, what the priority level is, and how urgent that advice is for those people. But we do prioritize people experiencing domestic and family violence, people in immigration detention, and people facing a legal deadline.
Is there a newsletter or e-alert so caseworkers can keep up to date with what's happening in IARC?
There is. So on our homepage of our website, if you scroll down, there is a box that people can fill in with their name and enter their email address, and that will subscribe them to our newsletter. I think it's a really great way for people to stay up to date about what we're up to and what we're going to do and what our service is currently prioritizing. So I really highly recommend people to subscribe to that newsletter if you haven't already. It also tells people about certain events that are coming up, certain things that IARC are hosting. So I think it's just a great thing for people to subscribe to.
Thanks, Josh. Could you just give us the web address? But there will be a link in the show notes for everybody.
Yep, it's IARC, so iarc.org.au.
Does IARC present training sessions to community groups or to services?
We do. So at the moment, we have our monthly lunchtime immigration seminars, which can be found on our website as well. And you can register for those. And the idea is that they're all online so people can eat their lunch and listen to some of the common issues that IARC sees. And they might sort of reflect some of the issues that community workers or other caseworkers might also see and know how to assist our mutual clients and know how to refer to IARC. So we strongly encourage people who have mutual clients of IARC or people who are on visas who are experiencing issues to attend those sessions so they know how best to assist those people. We also have a part on our website where people can put through requests for a CLE to be hosted in their workplace or via Zoom or MS Teams or whatever's easiest. And we can look at those requests and work out what's the best way for us to meet the demand.
And so, Josh, where can people find IARC on social media?
I feel like we're everywhere on social media. So we have a Facebook, an Instagram, a LinkedIn, a Twitter, any of those. I think we generally go by IARC Australia because I think IARC is already taken by some other organization that's I'm not sure who it is, but that they don't operate within Australia, but it makes us have to be more specific, which is fine. We're not on Snapchat or anything like that yet. So, well, I don't know if we ever will be. But yes, no, we've just got the Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter at the moment.
Thanks for that. And to finish things off, as is tradition now on the Spotlight series, what's the one thing you would like anyone with an immigration or visa issue to know?
Get help early is probably the biggest, the best advice I can give. So by that I mean if you are on a visa and you are facing some sort of issue and you are worried about your visa, or even if you don't hold a visa, you're unlawful, and you're worried about something that's happening and how that might affect your status in Australia, please put it in an online inquiry form. I think we've tried to make our referral system and what we do as simple as possible. So if you're on a visa and you're facing an issue, don't even think about it. Just put in an online inquiry. Or if you're assisting someone who's on a visa and is facing an issue, put in a referral form. I think it's as simple as that. Come to us as soon as possible. It really assists us to be able to, and it will hopefully assist you in the long run if we can get in there early.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Josh, and for letting us shine the spotlight on the Immigration Advice and Rights Centre.
Thanks, Pauline, and thanks for having me on this. And I encourage everyone listening to reach out to me or to the centre at any time if you have any questions about any immigration or citizenship issues, or even if you just want to have a chat.
That was our guest, Josh,
coffee,
from IARC. As always, you'll find links to all the websites and resources mentioned in this episode listed in our show notes, as well as a full transcript. Or you can email us to cle@legalaid.nsw.gov.au. This has been Spotlight On. Thank you for listening, and goodbye, everyone.